What's up, friends? Welcome to SPDM TV. My name is Mike, part of the SPDM crew, and I watch a lot of TV. We talk about various TV topics, reviews, and general appreciation of TV, past and new. You could follow us, or you can follow me on Instagram threads, serialized and Blue Sky at MLHilty2452 to see what all I'm watching. This week, the Golden Globe nominations came out, and I've got some thoughts on some things that they got right, that they got wrong. And I'm specifically going to talk about the TV side, but let's just kind of run through the nominations really quick. So, our nominations for Golden Globe Awards, where did they go? There it is. Okay. So, Golden Globe nominations, specifically on the TV side, we have for Best Television Series, Musical or Comedy, we've got Abbott Elementary, The Bear, Hacks, Nobody Wants This, Only Murders in the Building, and The Studio. For Best Television Series Drama, we've got The Diplomat, The Pit, Pluribus, Severance, Slow Horses, and The White Lotus. For Best Performance by an actor in a television series, we've got Sterling K. Brown for Paradise, Diego Luna for Andor, Gary Oldman for Slow Horses, Mark Ruffalo for Task, Adam Scott for Severance, and Noah Wiley for The Pit. For Best Performance by an Actress in a Television Series Drama, we've got Kathy Bates for Matlock, Britt Lauer for Severance, Helen Mirren for 1923, Bella Ramsey for The Last of Us, Kerry Russell for The Diplomat, and Rhea Seehorn for Pluribus. For Best Limited Series, Anthology Series, or Television Motion Picture, we've got Adolescence, All Her Fault, The Beast in Me, Black Mirror, Dying for Sex, and The Girlfriend. For Best Performance by an Actor in a Television Series, Musical, Comedy, we've got Adam Brody for Nobody Wants This, Steve Martin for Only Murders in the Building, Glenn Powell for Chad Powers, Seth Rogen for The Studio, Martin Short for Only Murders in the Building, and Jeremy Allen White for The Bear. For Best Performance by an Actress in a Television Series, Musical, or Comedy, we've got Kristen Bell for Nobody Wants This, Ayo Adebiri for The Bear, Selena Gomez for Only Murders in the Building, Natasha Lyonne for Poker Face, Jenna Ortega for Wednesday, and Jean Smart for Hacks. For Best Performance by a Supporting Actor in a Television Series, we've got Owen Cooper for Adolescence, Billy Crudup for The Morning Show, Walton Goggins for The White Lotus, Jason Isaacs for The White Lotus, Trammell Tillman for Severance, and Ashley Walters for Adolescence. For Best Performance by a Supporting Actress in a Television Series, we have Carrie Coon for The White Lotus, Erin Doherty for Adolescence, Hannah Einbender for Hacks, Catherine O'Hara for The Studio, Parker Posey for The White Lotus, and Amy Lou Wood for The White Lotus. Best Performance by an Actor in a Limited Series or Motion Picture Made for Television. We've got Jacob Elordi for The Narrow Road to the Deep South, Paul Giamatti for Black Mirror, Stephen Graham for Adolescence, Charlie Hunnam for Monster, the Ed Gein Story, Jude Law for Black Rabbit, and Matthew Rhys for The Beast in Me. And for Best Performance by an Actress in a Limited Series or Motion Picture Made for Television, we've got Claire Danes, The Beast in Me, Rashida Jones for Black Mirror, Amanda Seyfried for Long Bright River, Sarah Snook for All Her Fault, Michelle Williams for Dying for Sex, and Robin Wright for The Girlfriend. So generally, I don't have a problem with most of these picks. I think most of these picks are worthy. I think most of these picks are perfectly fine. I still do not understand why on earth Andor does not get more love. I do know the answer to that. It's because Andor is a sci-fi series, but Andor is still one of the best television shows out there. So it bums me out to no extent that Andor was snubbed for any of the female acting categories, in addition to best drama series as well. Also, Department Q getting continuing to get shut out on Netflix. That kind of bums me out a little bit. Apple cider vinegar and Your Friends and Neighbors. Very curious that neither of those got any acting nominations because I think both of those had really outstanding acting. Nothing for Dope Thief as well. Nothing for The Residents. Yeah, that I think that sounds about right, considering everything that we have going. Okay, so all of those are perfectly fine. Some snubs, like in addition to that, for Best Actress in a Television Series, Musical, or Comedy. The fact that Quinta Brunson isn't in here just feels weird and it feels criminal to me. So that's definitely pretty high up there. Catherine Lanassa for The Pit, who plays the nurse or the head nurse, I think should have probably gotten a little bit more love. So I really wish that that would have gotten a nomination, but it didn't. So that's fine. Okay, so some predictions, I guess. So let's go bottom up. So best performance by an actress in a limited series or motion picture made for television. I love Michelle Williams and Dying for Sex, but that's been striking out left and right on the award circuit. All Her Fault feels like that one is going to maybe rack up some nominations and rack up some wins because I really liked All Her Fault. The Beast in Me is kind of the dark horse here. Everything else feels like it's cannon fodder. I don't really understand why anybody from The Girlfriend or anything from The Girlfriend is here, but that's okay. So I'm going to predict Sarah Snook for All Her Fault. For best performance by an actor in a limited series or motion picture made for television, I think this is probably the last gasp for Adolescence. So I'm going to pick Stephen Graham for Adolescence, but I would not be surprised if Matthew Rhys took this home as well, as long as it's not Charlie Hunnam for the monster, the Ed Gein story. We need to stop giving these monster limited series attention because it's just ridiculous. Now, this is where it starts to get interesting because best performance by a supporting actress in a television series, they're all lumped into one category. So it's not like we're going to have something where everybody from The White Lotus is nominated, even though we do have multiple people from The White Lotus nominated here. But this one pits two Emmy winners. You got Erin Doherty for Adolescence and Hannah Eibender for Hacks. Curious to see who's going to come out on top for this one between these two, but I'm going to guess it's Hannah Einbender because Erin Doherty is only in one episode of Adolescence. Hannah Einbender you could make the argument that she is also a co-lead with Gene Smart. So I'm going to guess Hannah Einbender for Hacks. Best performance by a supporting actor in a television series, Owen Cooper for Adolescence. I'm picking him, but I would not be surprised if Trammell Tillman from Severance also won as well. Best performance by an actress in a television series, musical, or comedy. I know it's not the sexy pick, but I'm going to pick Jean Smart for Hacks. She's just the best in that. So going to continue to go with that. Best performance by an actor in a television series. Seth Rogen for The Studio, I think, takes it. I think Jeremy Allen White's time on The Bear it's done. I don't foresee Adam Brody for Nobody Wants This or anything for Nobody Wants This getting it. And Chad Powers, it's a fun performance, but not best actor worthy, I suppose. Best limited series, anthology series, or television motion picture. I'm still picking Adolescence, but I'm wondering if we're going to have a situation where it's kind of split between Adolescence and All Her Fault. So I'm going to pick Adolescence, but I wouldn't surprised if it gets penguined and All Her Faults takes this. Best performance by an actress in a television series. I'm going to go with Britt Lauer for this. She's the one that won the Emmy. I wouldn't be surprised if Rhea Seehorn gets it for Pluribus, but every time I predict Rhea Seehorn getting something or got attempting to get something for Better Call Saul, she never won. So I'm maybe picking Britt Lauer would be the reason why she's there. Yeah, sure. That's my logic. Best performance by an actor in a television series drama. I'm going to go with Noah Wiley for The Pit. Best television series, I'm going to go, or for drama, I'm going to go with The Pit. And best television series, musical or comedy, I'm going to go with, you know what? I think The Studio may win it, but I would not be surprised if Hacks came back and won it. So regardless, those are my predictions for the Golden Globes. What are your thoughts on the Golden Globe Awards and the just flat out category fraud that on the TV side is going on? Let me know in the comments below. That's going to do it for this episode of SPDM TV. Be sure to like, rate, and subscribe to anything and everything SPDM Crew, wherever you get your podcast. Join us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Blue Sky at SPDM Crew. Shout out to HiFlyer Creative Studios for making our awesome logo. Greatly appreciate their support. And if you've got any marketing, logo, or brand standard needs, contact them at HiFlyerCreative.com. Check out the other shows in our network. We've got a lot of great content, so please check out the other shows and support the SPDM crew members. And finally, if you've got a podcast idea or you're interested in being part of the SPDM crew as a guest or collaborating, email us at spdmcrew@gmail.com. Until next time, happy watching, friends.